how do you expect that you will understand this lecture now? ठीक है, तो जहां जहां तक आपको समझ में आएगा उसको समझिए, समझने की कोशिश कीजिए, एंड कीप इन माइंड वन थिंग, that first chapter is not related to second chapter at all. Okay, Fahad? Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, so we'll start with, we have done p orbital. Now we will do is right the d orbitals or the d subshell. The third one is d subshells. D subshells. Now all of you, Aisha, Aram, you will write what is the value of L for the D subshell and what is the values of M for the D subshell. I hope you guys remember it now. And also in the chat, you will tell me the number of orbitals.
Sir, my keyboard is not working.
Okay. Fahad, were you contacted for an extra lecture today? इसी time पे?
Yes, sir.
आपसे पूछा गया था क्या एक्स्ट्रा लेक्चर के बारे में, आज आप लेना चाहेंगे या नहीं लेना चाहेंगे? From Learnivio?
I don't think so. शायद नहीं.
No. Aisha and Ram, tell me guys, are you done? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So Fahad, for you, there are some subshells. Okay. So name of subshell S, P, D, and F, and they all have a value of L. So for S the value is 0, for P the value is 1, and for D the value is 2, and for F the value is 3. After that we have a G subshell. First tell me what will be the value for the G subshell. What do you think? Very good. Yeah, the value for the G subshell will be 4. Okay. Now for each of these there are values of M. Okay, for S subshell also there is value of M. For S, P, D, F, for all of them they have some values of M, and the value of M, it starts from minus L to plus L. Okay. Now for S, if I start from minus L to plus L, it will be 0 only.
Yes, sir. I
Got it,
remember.
yes, sir?
I
Remember this one?
Yes.
ठीक है, तो ये आपने लिख लिया L और M दोनों के values.
Yes, sir. लिख लो.
Number of orbitals कितने हो जाएंगे?
Number of orbitals कैसे निकालेंगे?
हाँ, so minus M will be minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1,
Okay, so
and plus
5.
2, है ना? तो 5 हो जाए. ठीक, याद तो है आपको, क्या ही हो गया, आपको तो आना चाहिए था, फिर याद तो है आपको चीजें फर्स्ट क्लास से. So the number of orbitals will be 5. Okay. Now we have to have 5 orbitals. We have to have 5 orbitals. Now those 5 orbitals, they are classified into 2 different types of orbitals. So D subshell, it is divided into 2 different types of orbitals. There are axial orbitals and there are non-axial orbitals. Okay, axial orbitals and non-axial orbitals. Now, these axial orbitals and non-axial orbitals, in which what will be happening? The lobes will be on axis. Lobes on axis, and here the lobes of the orbital will be between the axis. Lobes will be between axis. Okay. Is that clear? Now, in axial orbitals, there are two types of axial orbitals. Please write with me. Okay. So now, when you have the axis, in what positions? If you have the axis on the x and y, so let us say this is the x-axis, and this is the y-axis. Okay. The lobes will be on the x-axis and the y-axis. Hence, that is why it is what? It is a axial orbital. Can you see that the lobes are on the axis? Yes or no? Please tell me. Can you see that? And the name of this orbital is d x square dash y square. The name of this orbital is dx square dash y square. Okay. Now, the next axial orbital actually like this, and this axial orbital, it has a lobe, big lobe on the z-axis, and it has a kind of ring, and this ring is what? On the plane of xy, on the xy plane. This ring is on the xy plane. So if you have a room like this, okay, so one of the lobe is like this on the z-axis, and you can see a ring on the floor like this. Okay, so it will be like this, complete floor. This is your corner of the room, this is your floor. In the floor you will have a ring, and on the z-axis you will have the lobe. Okay, so this is known as dz square, and I will tell you about the story of dz square. Why is this this is one of the most, it is very different from other orbitals of D-subshell. Okay, now the non-axial one, which is very easy. The non-axial, there are three non-axial ones. When you have the lobes, oops, sorry. Okay, now when these lobes are between the x-axis and y-axis, it is known as dxy. Okay, now if you have the everything same, but the lobes are in between, let us say y-axis and z-axis, then you will write what will be the name of this d orbital. Okay, on your own. I hope you can write this down. What will be the name? Let's make some more space, get this bit small. And if you have the orbital between the x-axis and the z-axis, then what will be the name of this orbital? So I hope all of you wrote the names. What is this orbital? Okay, this orbital will be called as what? Tell me, all of you, Iram, Fahad, and Aisha.
DYZ.
Very good. DYZ. And this one?
AXZ.
DXZ or DZX? Sorry. Is that clear with everyone? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, fine. Now, all of you wrote this?
Sir,
sabne? Bataiye.
sir, the second one can be also called as DYZX, right? 3DYZ, the second one.
This one?
The second one, no, from the start.
This one?
Yes, yes.
No, this will be DZ square only.
Sir, there was a question given in our class test, which was 3DZ square and 3DYZ.
What was the question? 3DYZ, 3D.
3DYZ and 3DZ square.
You have to draw them.
Yes, sir.
All the DZ square, even if it is 4DZ square, then also you will draw the same structure. Got it?
Okay, so no matter what value it is the same, right?
You have to draw it the same manner. There are some differences when you get to higher shells, but that differences doesn't matter, will not matter to you. So if you have been given 4DZ square also, then you are going to write the same shape here. Okay, so the DZ square will be the same. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So everyone got this? Yes, no, please tell me. All of you wrote it?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Now, the story of DZ square, this is not going to be asked anywhere, but how this DZ square got this ring here? Okay, how did it get ring here? That is the question. So the theory is, as I said, all of these orbitals, these are mathematical. Okay, these are mathematical. Now, if you remember the P, we said that P has three different cases. The P can be in the PX, PY, or PZ. Similarly, they initially thought that these should have not 5, rather it should be having 6 different orbitals. It should be having 6 different orbitals. And they said that there should be 3 axial and 3 non-axial. 3 axial and 3 non-axial. Okay. So then the non-axial ones were XY, YZ, and XZ. As you had the 3 orbitals which were, now all of these are mathematics is going on. Okay, so they have not observed anything till now. We have not got the instrument that can observe the orbitals, and they are starting like this. And they said that okay, fine. Now what we have to do, now we have 6 orbitals, and with respect to symmetry, they said that there should be 6 orbitals, and out of them there should be 3 which are axial and 3 should be non-axial. And then they said that okay, fine, now we have to convert this down to 5. Okay, so in order to convert this down to 5, they have to take an orbital which is the internuclear axis, which is in the internuclear axis. That means when 2 atoms combine, they will combine within a direction. They will either move in the X direction or Y direction, they will combine. So that internuclear axis was taken as Z, and that is why what they said that let us add these 2 orbitals. These 2 orbitals. So if you will see this name, this will be D Z square minus Y square, and this will be D Z square minus X square. Okay, so these are the names that was suggested. Let us leave this and write. When you will combine these 2, then you can see that the Z here and the Z here, they will combine and they will make a bigger loop. Okay, now here we have red on the Y orbital, Y axis, and then X axis here. Okay, now when X and Y, they will combine with each other, that means what will happen? You will have a kind of ring. When these 2 will combine, then you will have a ring on the XY plane. That is why you will have a ring on the XY plane and you get a ring like this. Okay, so this is the story of the DZ square. This is the theoretical story of the DZ square. That is, it is made by the combination of two different orbitals, the d y square minus z square and the x square minus z square. Okay, so and that is why you get a ring, because the lobes on the y orbital and the lobes on the x orbital, they combine and they form a ring. Is that clear? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes.
ठीक है, ये दिमाग में
Yes.
रखिएगा, बताइएगा मत किसी को, ठीक है? चलिए. Now, all of these 5d orbitals, you have to write some remarks now. All of these lobes, they are on a particular axis, right? And that is why you can say d orbitals are directional in nature. Directional in nature. Then one more point, all the d orbitals are degenerate. That means they have same energy. They will have the same energy. Is that clear with everyone? Yes or no? Please tell me. Can I move on? Yes or no? Please tell me. All of you wrote these 2 points. What happened? Aisha, Iram, Fahad.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Now write the next point, that is Pauli's exclusion principle. So after n plus L rule, we are now moving to the second pillar of electronic configuration, that is Pauli's exclusion principle. Okay, it is what? Pauli's exclusion principle. So what is Pauli's exclusion principle? We will write the statement and then we will explain it. Okay, so please write this with me. It says that no two electrons can have same set of four में लिख के all 4 quantum numbers. Same set of all 4 quantum numbers. Then, so what does it mean, Pauli's exclusion principle? See, we will take an example and we will see the helium atom. So helium atom, it has 2 electrons, its atomic number is 2 and its electronic configuration will be 1s2. Now let us talk about the 2 electrons which are present in this. Let us talk about the 2 electrons which are present in this 1s orbital. Okay, 1s orbital. So if I talk about the first electron, please don't write anything and tell me about the first electron. What will be the principal quantum number for this first electron in the 1s2? What will be the PQN? Tell me.
1.
1. Very good. What will be the azimuthal quantum number? That is the value of L.
0.
0.
0.
Okay. And what will be the MQN, the magnetic quantum number?
0.
0. What will be the S? So we can say that this first electron will have plus half. Okay. You have a choice here. Now the second electron. Fahad, आपको ये समझ में आया? All of these 4 quantum numbers, how we are giving the values?
नहीं.
तो भूलिएगा ना. ठीक है. You remember what is this principal quantum number? Tell me, yes or no?
No, sir.
Azimuthal quantum number?
कुछ भी याद नहीं है.
Possible values, azimuthal quantum number, ये सब नहीं याद है? First shell, second shell, third shell. फर्स्ट क्लास की तो बात है. नोट्स भी नहीं है आपके पास फायर? Fahad, do you have the notes? No, no.
No.
Just wait for a while. Let the azan complete, and I will explain it to you. So the principal quantum number tells you about the shell number. Okay, it is denoted by n. It tells you about the shell number in which shell the electron is present. Azimuthal quantum number tells you about the subshell. Magnetic quantum number tells you about the orbital. And S tell you whether the spin is going to be clockwise, up or down. Okay, clockwise, anti-clockwise you can also say, but up or down is a better word. It will be either up. For up it is plus half, and for down it is minus half. Okay, by convention. P-Queen is going to tell me about shell. कुछ याद आया अभी? Yes or not? Please tell me. Fahad.
कुछ तो याद है.
Now when we have one S2, that means 2 electrons are present in which shell, in which subshell? In the S subshell of the first orbit. 2 electrons in S subshell of the first shell. ठीक है? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
So if it is in the first shell, that means what will be the principal quantum number? What will be the principal quantum number? If it is in the first shell,
First shell.
हाँ, अगर S सबशेल में है तो azimuthal quantum number क्या होगा? या आप बोल रहे थे कि आपको याद है 0 होगा. हाँ, the L will be 0 if it is in the S subshell. Yes or no?
Yes.
And in S subshell we only have one magnetic quantum number, that is 0, and then we will give it plus half because it can have plus half spin. Is that right? Yes or no? Please tell me. अब सेकेंड इलेक्ट्रॉन के लिए बताइए. सेकेंड इलेक्ट्रॉन के लिए ये जो सेकेंड इलेक्ट्रॉन है ये कौन से शेल में है? In which shell it is present? Yes, tell me.
First shell.
First shell. And in which subshell it is present? The electron here, it is present in which subshell?
The second one.
Yes. Huh? In which subshell?
S अच्छा
Subshell
S.
का. S का value क्या हो जाएगा?
0.
Very good. And what is the only magnetic quantum number for S subshell? It is 0, right? Okay. And the other electron, it will be having minus half. The spin will be minus half. So as you can see, even if the 3 quantum numbers are same, the fourth quantum number will be different. The fourth quantum number will be different. Now, what does it explain? It is giving you a principle that it is saying no two electrons can have same set of all 4 quantum number. It is giving you a consequence. What is the cause of that? It is saying that it means the spin must be opposite, right? If you are having electrons in one orbital, the spin must be opposite. Okay. Now, why should the spin be opposite? In order to increase the stability. If you will have same spin, there will be repulsion. If you will have opposite spin, the repulsion will be decreased. The repulsion will be decreased. Okay. So please write with me. This principle explains.
Sir, I have a question.
हाँ बताइए. Yeah. Tell me.
How do we know that the spin is positive or negative?
Plus half and minus half. It can be anything, but it will be for if it is plus half for the one, it will be minus half for the other. Because the spin should be opposite. Okay. So please write this down. First of all, write this down. Then let me know if you have more doubts. Okay. But first write this. This explain that an orbital. Please remember, I'm not saying subshell. I'm saying an orbital can have only 2 electrons with opposite spin. Can have only 2 electrons with opposite spin because if electrons are present in same spin, if electrons are present in same spin, there will be repulsion and decrease in stability. Can have only 2 electrons with opposite spin. Okay, an orbital can have only 2 electrons with opposite spin. The main important point, what is the cause of this principle? How this principle was derived? Because if you will have same spin, then there will be repulsion and will decrease the stability. You will learn this in your 12th standard physics class, that whenever you move a charge, there will be a magnetic moment and there will be a direction in which the magnet will be there. Okay, so if you will have same spin, the magnets will also have their direction in the same, they will have the same direction, and north pole, they will repel each other. And that is why what will happen, there will be further decrease in stability. If they will have opposite spin, so electronically speaking, देखिए negative charge है both the electrons are having negative charge, so obviously they are going to repel each other, but they are also revolving, right? They're also revolving, and they're also rotating on their own axis, and that rotation is giving a particular magnetic moment. And that magnetic moment, if it is opposite, they will attract each other. So they will be attracted through the magnetic nature, and they will be repelled through the electronic nature, and that will present some kind of stability, and they will stay in one orbit. But if both the things, that means electrically also, by charge wise also, they are repelling each other, magnetic wise also it is repelling each other, then what will happen? They will be getting out of the orbitals and out of the shell and subshell. Okay, that is why you need to have opposite spin. And if you can only have opposite spin if you have only 2 electrons. If there will be a third electron, it will either have plus half. अगर एक ऑर्बिटल में 3 आ जाते, there will be either plus half or minus half. जो भी होता, it will be matching one of those electrons orbitals, right? And that is why what will happen, there will be repulsion. That is why you can only have 2, and those 2 will only have opposite spin. Is that clear? Yes or no? Please tell me, all of you. Is this thing clear? Why 2 and why opposite? Aisha, Iram, Fahad. सवाल ही करना.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Clear? Aisha, what about you? नहीं, आयशा वो क्लियर नहीं है. What about Fahad? Fahad, is this clear? Why 2 and why opposite?
Yes, sir. This pointed.
Okay. Aisha? Aisha,
Yes.
can I get yes? Pakka?
No, it's not clear.
Not clear. ठीक है. Listen. There is one orbital. Okay, there is one orbital, and this orbital, let us say, it can have 2, 3, 4 submit test करते हैं ना, how many electrons it can have. So let us say that it is having 2 electrons. Then I can say that S can be plus half and minus half, yes or no?
Yes.
The value of spin will be plus half, minus half. Achha, if it is 3, then it will be what? Plus half, minus half, plus half, or it can be plus half, minus half, minus half. Clear? Yes or no? Please tell me. These are the 2 options for spin that is available. Correct? For the third case, if you have 3 electrons. Now you tell me, if I take this first case here of the 3 electron, then this plus half and this plus half will repel each other, yes or no?
Yes.
And in the second case, this minus half and minus half will repel each other, correct?
Yes.
And if they will repel each other, then what will happen? There will be a decrease in stability. And we don't want decrease in stability, right? We want increase in stability. We want a stable molecule, stable atom. Otherwise, अगर 3 electron रहते, then all of the things will be disintegrating. All of the electrons will be moving away from the orbitals, moving away from the shells and subshells. Okay, and that is why in this case, what will be there, plus half and minus half, they will give a magnetic moment in which the north pole and south pole will align like this. If they're aligned in this direction, you can see that north and south, they are facing each other, and that is why there will be attraction due to magnetic moment, but there will be repulsion due to electron, negative charge. In order to balance this repulsion, we should have an attraction in the magnetic moment. Is that clear now? Why 2 and why opposite?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and the consequence of that is, if you have 2 electrons in an orbital, then also you can have 3 quantum numbers same, but the 4th quantum number will be different. Okay, this is a consequence that the 4th quantum number is always going to be different if you have orbitals in the same subshell. Is that clear now? Why 2 electrons cannot have, no 2 electrons can have same set of all 4 quantum numbers?
Yes.
Okay, so cause and consequence, ये चीजें बहुत repeat होंगी. You will have always some cause, there will be some consequence. Okay, now generally what will be there? Generally this consequence will be wrapped up as a rule. Okay, it will be wrapped up as a rule, and they will ask you always about the rule, but my duty is to also explain you the cause. Why is this rule happening, and why and how did we get to this rule? Is that clear? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now write the next point, that is Hunt's rule for maximum multiplicity. Okay, Hunt's rule of multiplicity. Now what does it tell? This rule tells about how to distribute electron in degenerate orbitals. So if you have p orbitals, in p I know that there are 3 orbitals, right? Now in p, if there are 3 orbitals, I can either put it like this, or what I can do, I can put the electron like this, or what I can do, I can put 2 electrons like this, 1 electron like this. Okay, so there are multiple options. Now Hund's rule tells us how to put the electron or how to distribute electrons in a degenerate orbital. We will look at this. So what does it say? It says that pairing of electron in an orbital doesn't take place until each orbital is singly occupied. Each orbital in a subshell in the degenerate in the subshell in a subshell is singly filled with same spin. Please write this down. Done, everyone? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I have 2p3, let us say, in the p subshell of second shell, I have 3 electrons. Now there are multiple ways in which I can fill the p subshell. So p subshell I will show. P subshell will have 3 orbitals, and each orbital is shown by boxes. Okay. So what is one box? It is representing one orbital. The other box is representing other orbital. Okay. So I can fill it like this. Okay. Now I will give you option. You have to choose the one in which I have correctly distributed the electron. Did all of you understood this? Pairing of electron in an orbital doesn't take place until each subshell is singly filled with same spin. है ना? सब तो singly filled है. You have to check whether one is having same spin or not. All the 3 should have same spin. Aisha, tell me.
B and E.
D,
B.
B. Okay. What about others?
E.
Others, बाकी लोग के बारे में पूछ रहे हैं. Fahad, Iram,
Yes, sir. B.
B and anything else? No.
B and E.
B and E, na singly filled, right? With same spin, singly filled with the same spin. Now let us see what will happen if I have 2p4. Now, 2p4. There are multiple possibilities in 2p4. You have to tell me which one will be correct, okay? Write one more. Iram and Fahad, send your answer in chat. Aisha, just raise your hand if you know what is the right answer. Iram and Fahad, send your answer in chat. What do you think will be the correct option for 2p4? Draw all of them. Then tell me what do you think will be the correct option?
Sir, there's no option to raise hand.
There is no option to raise hand.
Yes.
There is some shortcut. I don't know. Wait a second. Try now.
No.
Nothing.
No.
If you are on a laptop, press Alt Y na. If you are on a laptop, Alt then Y, Alt plus Y. Your keyboard is not working. Then how will you type it? Forget it. Do you know the answer? Tell me that.
No, actually my enter key is not working. So if I chat, I can't send it to you. That's it.
Okay.
I raised my hand.
You raise your hand. I can see that. Iram and Fahad, no idea which will be the right one. Okay, okay, Fahad. Okay, Aisha, tell me, what do you think which will be the right one? Yes, Aisha.
F.
Okay, fine.
B.
ठीक है. Okay. Look at this one, Fahad. You have said this can be the right one. Look at this.
There is no right answer.
There is no right answer.
Yeah.
There is right answer. See, Fahad, here, can you see that both are up spin? Yes or no, Fahad? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
And this is one orbital, right? One of the boxes will be one orbital, correct?
Yes.
If the one orbital is one box is one orbital, that means it should have opposite spin, right? Now this is what it is a violation of Pauli's exclusion principle. Yes or no? Because here in one orbital, both the electron are having same spin. Yes or no? Tell me. Correct.
Yes.
So this cannot be the right answer. What is same spin? ये भी नहीं होगा. And where do we have the same spin? So here, what is happening in G orbital? As you can see, pairing is done. Pairing is done before filling, or rather before singly filling the orbital. Correct? One of the orbital is vacant, but still we have done what? We have paired it, and that is why this will be what? Violation of Hunt's rule for maximum multiplicity. Yes or no?
Yes.
All of you got this? Yes or no? Please tell me, Fahad and Iram.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us look at E. In E, what is the case? In E, we have this spin. We should be having all of these will be singly occupied with what? With same spin first. That means here it should not be having different spin. Okay. So this is again what? Violation of HRMM, Hunt's rule for maximum multiplicity, because ऐसे filling होना चाहिए. When you are filling, first what should happen? 2p4, then 1, 2, 3, or you can also go like this: 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth electron can be placed either here or here or here, anywhere, because all of these orbitals are having same energy. But conventionally and in most of the cases, how do we fill? We fill it like this. Okay, so this is the most conventional case, but I have not given that case because I want to tell you that B is also correct, D is also correct, and F is also correct. Okay, these are wrong. A is wrong, C is wrong, and E is wrong, and F is wrong. Aisha and Aram and Fahad, can you please tell me that you understood that why B is right, D is right, and F is right?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes. Okay. But the most conventional, you will write it like this in CBSE examinations. हाँ, जहाँ भी 2p4 का आपको बोला जाएगा तो ऐसे लिखिएगा, लेकिन पर ध्यान रखिए अगर आपके पास ये ऑप्शंस भी आ जाए तो उसको भी करेक्ट करना है. Is that clear? Yes or no? Please tell me, all of you.
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's do some question. Write the electronic configuration of following.
So,
Hmm.
could you please explain the option D once more?
Option D.
Option D, yes.
Filling of electron will happen. 4 electrons are there. So 1, 2, 3. No rule is broken till now. Yes or no? Please tell me. Is any rule
Yes,
broken?
sir. No,
No
no.
rule. Then the 4th electron will be anywhere else. Pairing is done. Right? Clear है बताइए.
Yes, sir. But is it necessary that the second block, the first electron should be placed after the second?
नहीं नेसेसरी नहीं है. क्यों भी जा सकता था. ऐसे भी हो सकता है. आप ऐसे भी लिख सकते थे. आप ऐसे भी लिख सकते थे. ठीक है.
Okay.
लेकिन ये जनरली आपको ऐसे दिखेगा बुक्स में और इवन एग्जाम में भी आप ऐसे लिख के आइएगा. ठीक है. चलिए राइट द इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन. फहद आपको स्कूल पब्लिक स्कूल याद है? नहीं याद है? नहीं याद होगा ना फहद?
याद है, वो याद है।
वो याद है. अच्छा ठीक. तो ये ट्राई है ना. आप एक बार ट्राई कीजिए. कुछ आपका गलत होगा है ना. देन व्हाट विल हैपन. फिर उसको ठीक करेंगे तो फिर आप उसके ऊपर डेवलप कीजिएगा है ना. तो ऐसे एकदम बिल्कुल ब्लैंक मत रहिए. कुछ ट्राई कीजिए आप.
Said done.
Okay.
So done.
Okay, you have Learnivio's number, na?
Yes,
Send
sir.
it to Learnivio WhatsApp.
So right now we should send it?
Right now. Okay. Abhi.
Sir, I don't have the phone.
You don't have the phone? क्या कीजिएगा आप. मत भेजिए फिर. आयशा, you have the phone?
Yes.
Okay. So you send it.
Sir, I sent.
Okay. अच्छा, also फहद आप कुछ ट्राई कर रहे हैं?
सर मुझे पता नहीं क्या करना है।
स्कूल
सर
स्कूल पब्लिक स्कूल
Learnivio, if I ask Learnivio for the previous classes videos, so will they give it?
इसलिए वो तो आपको मिल जाएगा,
ठीक है, तो वो मैं
ठीक
देख।
है, वो तो आप देख ही लीजिएगा। अभी हम आपको बताते हैं। स्कूल स्कूल पब्लिक स्कूल याद है आपको?
यस सर, वो स्कूल पब्लिक स्कूल, दिल्ली पब्लिक स्कूल, प्राइवेट पब्लिक स्कूल, ये सब याद है?
हाँ यही सब याद है, लेकिन कुछ ठीक से याद नहीं है, सीक्वेंस है उसका, है ना?
नहीं मतलब
सीक्वेंस में
सीक्वेंस नहीं है।
सीक्वेंस में नहीं याद है ना, बस ये याद है कि ये कुछ पढ़ाया था सर आपने, देखिए। सो स्कूल स्कूल पब्लिक स्कूल, ठीक है। तो स्कूल में आप कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन भरिएगा? 2, है ना? एस में 2 आते हैं, ठीक है। फिर एस में 2 आएंगे, फिर पी में 6 आएंगे, फिर एस में 2 आएंगे। अभी समझ में आया कैसे हुआ या नहीं आया? डू यू रिमेम्बर द कैपेसिटी ऑफ द सबशेल्स? टेल मी, कैपेसिटी याद है? नहीं याद है? देखिए, प्रिंसिपल अजीमुथल क्वांटम नंबर, see, S can have maximum of 2 electron, P can have maximum of 6 electron, D can have maximum of 10 electron। अब S के बारे में आप बताइए कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन आ सकते हैं इसमें?
14।
वेरी गुड, ये तो आता है आपको, ठीक है। तो बताइए S में हमने कितने डाल दिए यहाँ पे? I have added 2 electron here, है ना? So now 26 are remaining, so I can add 2 more, yes or no?
Yes.
Then how many are remaining? 24, right?
So P6,
P6, then
S2,
S2, school, public school, दिल्ली पब्लिक स्कूल, ओके। अब बताइए देन P में कितना आएगा?
P6 18,
P6 and
S2
then S2 and
D8।
D, ठीक है। अब यहाँ पे देखिए, जहां पे भी आपको S नजर आ रहा है ना, वहां पे आप क्या कीजिए, वहां 1 से स्टार्ट कीजिए, देन ऐड 2, फिर 3, फिर 4, ठीक है।
Yes।
खुद से कीजिए अपनी कॉपी में, जो किया हमने अभी। wherever you are seeing S, add 1, 2, 3, 4, कर दिया?
कर दिया।
ठीक है। अब P में क्या करना है आपको? फॉर P यू हैव टू लुक एट द प्रीवियस S। P के लिए आपको क्या देखना है? प्रीवियस S। इस P से पहले वाले S में कितना नंबर है बताइए?
2, so 3 होगा।
नहीं, 2 होगा, जो है वही होगा, ठीक है। P के लिए क्या है? लुक एट द प्रीवियस S, क्लियर? यहाँ पे कितना आ जाएगा इस P के पास?
3।
3 आ जाएगा, ठीक है। अब देखिए D के लिए आपको क्या करना है बता रहे। फॉर D व्हाट यू हैव टू डू? यू हैव टू डू प्रीवियस S
-1।
वेरी गुड, याद तो है आपको। यहाँ क्या आ जाएगा बताइए इस D के पास?
3।
3D, है ना। और ये बाकी जो हमने पब्लिक स्कूल लिखा हुआ है इसको डिलीट कर देते हैं, बन गया आपका, क्लियर है?
यस ठीक।
आगे कर लीजिएगा आप,
हाँ हो जाएगा।
कीजिए, डू इट। Now Aisha and Adam, both of you have done this, so now what you will
Yes,
do,
sir.
you will draw the orbital for last subshell। so यहाँ पे आप 3D के लिए कीजिएगा, उसके बाद जिंक में जो लास्ट सबशेल है उसके लिए आप क्या कीजिएगा, ऐसे देखिए। For 3D8 I am drawing it। 3D8 how will you draw? You will draw the D subshell। This is the D subshell and these are the D orbital, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5। so 8 electrons how will you fill? You will fill it like this, singly occupy all of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then pair 6, 7, 8। कर लीजिएगा, yes or no, please tell me। आयशा निरम समझ में आया नहीं आया?
Yes, yes, आ गया.
आ गया. इरम, व्हाट अबाउट यू?
हाँ
इरम,
सर.
ठीक है, चलो. देन फहद, आप भी इसको क्या कीजिएगा, यू विल राइट ऑल द इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन. किसी में कंफ्यूजन होगा तो बताइए, ठीक है? जस्ट लेट मी नो इफ यू गेट स्टक समवेयर एंड देन ड्रॉ द ऑर्बिटल फ्रॉम द लास्ट सबशेल.
Done, sir.
Okay, so again, if you are done,
Sir,
then send
done.
it to Aisha. Send it to Learnivio. For this 3D8, tell me, what do you think? How many unpaired electrons are there? How many unpaired electrons are there in 3D8?
3.
फिर से
2.
देखिए, unpaired.
So
Oh, 2.
why were the last two not paired?
Sorry, Fahad.
The last two, why weren't they paired together?
आप बोल रहे ऐसे होते तो सही होता.
Why?
शायद. बताइए कौन सा रूल ब्रेक होगा? फहद.
Exclusion principle. Two electrons.
एक्सक्लूजन प्रिंसिपल तो नहीं होगा क्योंकि ऑल ऑफ देम आर हैविंग अपोजिट स्पिन. हंट्स रूल पढ़िए क्या है एक बार प्लीज रीड इट आउट लाउड. आई वांट टू हियर यू रीडिंग दैट.
These
व्हाट इज द
rules
हंट्स? हाँ
about
बताइए.
how to distribute electrons in degenerate orbit. Sharing of electron in outcome doesn't take place. Okay. ठीक.
गॉट इट?
Yeah.
ठीक है. आपने ये सारे लिख लिए फहद?
तो क्या?
डिड यू राइट दिस इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन?
ये सर लिख लिया.
अच्छा, कैन यू सेंड इट टू Learnivio?
Okay.
So for zinc it will be 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d10. Fluorine it will be 1s2, 2s2, 2p5, 1s2, 2s2, 2p2, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p1. So I hope you have written all of the. So here you can say that there are 0 unpaired electrons. Here you will have 1 unpaired electron. Here you will have 2 unpaired electron, and here you will have 1 unpaired electron. Is that right? Yes or no? देख के बताइए. Aisha, Iram, फहद ऑर्बिटल डायग्राम में देख के बताइए. आई डोंट हैव टू मेक ऑर्बिटल
Yes,
डायग्राम.
yes.
सही है
Yes, sir.
सबका? चलिए. सो आई हैव गॉट वन फोटो. आई थिंक दिस इज फहद. ठीक है. फहद, तो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन आ गया कि नहीं आया, बताइए.
फिर आगे
है ना? इजी. ठीक है. आयशा निरम, ये स्कूल पब्लिक स्कूल किसी को पता है आपके स्कूल में?
नहीं.
नहीं.
तो फिर बताइए ना, तभी तो बच्चे आएंगे. आपके स्कूल से बच्चे आएंगे तो आप ही की तरह सिलेबस चलता रहेगा. फिर बताइए, फिर प्रचार कीजिए. प्रचार, यू नो व्हाट इज प्रचार आयशा?
No.
प्रचार का मतलब होता है इश्तिहार. इश्तिहार पता है?
हाँ.
इश्तिहार क्या होता है?
Advertisement देना.
हाँ. फहद एंड इरम, आपको इश्तिहार पता है क्या होता था? इश्तिहार पता है?
यस
Yes,
सर.
sir.
इश्तिहार पता है. अच्छा. डू यू गाइस हैव उर्दू आल्सो? फहद, आपके
Yes,
पास उर्दू
sir.
थी क्या?
Yes,
अच्छा.
sir.
आती है क्या?
हाँ.
तीन
अच्छा,
ही
उर्दू आप. अच्छा. पढ़नी भी आती है या फिर बस बोलना
पढ़नी भी
आता है?
आती है. पढ़नी भी आती
हाँ,
है, लिखनी भी.
पढ़नी भी आती है, लिखनी भी. ओ, लिखनी भी आती है. अच्छा, नाइस. तो बचपन से पढ़ा था आपने या फिर कैसे, स्कूल में? फहद, स्कूल में तो नहीं पढ़ा होगा आपने,
स्कूल
बचपन
में.
में, बचपन से ही पेरेंट्स से?
यस.
अच्छा. ओके. नाउ राइट अ टॉपिक दैट इज मैग्नेटिक मोमेंट. Does anyone know any other language here other than Hindi, English, Urdu?
जर्मन.
Punjabi.
जर्मन आती है फहद आपको?
यस.
क्यों आती है आपको जर्मन?
जर्मनी में फ्यूचर मतलब स्टडीज वो प्लान कर.
Yeah, okay, you want to study in Germany?
यस.
Okay. Which field have you thought?
मैकेनिकल और कंप्यूटर.
अच्छा, engineering only?
यस.
Yeah, fine. Okay. Magnetic moment. So please write. It gives idea about the magnetic behavior of substance. Of a substance. Substance that contain unpaired electron, unpaired electrons show magnetic properties. They will show magnetic properties and are called paramagnetic substances. Substance that don't contain unpaired electrons, don't show magnetic properties, and are called diamagnetic substances. Clear? Yes or no? Please tell me. At the last point. Magnetic moment represented by mu it is equal to, it gives the quantification of magnetic property. Okay, that means what is the magnetic moment? It will give you, it is equal to n into n plus 2 n into n plus 2 Bohr magneton. Okay, Bm, Bohr magneton. This is the unit of magnetic moment, and n is equal to number of unpaired electrons. Number of unpaired electrons. Please write this down. Let me know when you're done. Paramagnetic substance, they will be having unpaired electrons. Diamagnetic substances, they will be not having, they will be having no unpaired electrons. All of the electrons will be paired in diamagnetic. Clear, everyone? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Sir, what is this BM?
It is Bohr magneton. Unit of magnetic moment. What is gram, Aisha? What is gram?
Unit of mass.
है ना, तो वैसे ही बोर मैग्नेटॉन क्या है? यूनिट ऑफ मैग्नेटिक मोमेंट. ओके,
Yes.
बट कैन यू टेल मी व्हाट इज अ ग्राम? लाइक व्हाट इज अ ग्राम?
0.001 kg.
अरे ये क्या बात हुई भाई? हाँ, ये तो मैथमेटिक्स से खेल रही हैं आप. तो देन आई विल आस्क व्हाट इज अ केजी? डज
1000
एनीवन
grams.
नो? डज एनीवन नो द डेफिनेशंस लाइक दिस? ये जो 7 बेसिक यूनिट्स हैं, राइट? वी हैव केजी, देन वी हैव व्हाट एल्स वी हैव? देयर आर 7 ना. लाइट है, right? So we have the brightness of light, and what else do we have? We have length, time. For electricity there is one, right? For quantity there is mole. So these are the 7 basic units. kg का बताइए. kg का तो आप लोग को पता होना चाहिए. what is 1 kg? फहद बताइए. हाँ, tell me फहद.
But it's something, the mass of something kept at France, in France somewhere. Yes.
Correct. Aisha and Iram, does it ring a bell?
No,
History
I
पढ़ी
did
नहीं है
not
आप
hear
लोगों
it
ने.
clearly.
You did not hear it clearly. Okay, so Fahad
Yes.
said that 1 kg is a block of metal which is kept in some museum in France. Doesn't ring a bell?
No.
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 Acha, which emperor was responsible for the standardization of all these units? Up ye diya, ye, okay. You know what is one sa? There is a unit in Arabic. It is a unit for volume, sa, right? So the Arabs, they will be having some different units, है ना? वो एक cup लेके चलते होंगे जिसको मानते होंगे this is the standardized cup, and they will be measuring each and everything with that cup, right? In India something else would be there, है ना? And in different countries there will be different units for each of these volume, mass, and different things, right? So which emperor was responsible for standardization of all of these units? Does anyone know?
No.
History में- No. क्या life है भाई आप लोग?
I am not at all interested in history.
ये interested की बात ही नहीं
Sir,
है.
can I guess?
हाँ, guess, make a guess.
Napoleon?
अरे very good, right, correct, इरम. सीखिए कुछ, आयशा, आप इरम से सीखिए.
Sachi, sir?
हाँ, it is right, Napoleon.
Allah.
I was trying to like see what I think is that like my teaching philosophy is students know everything. I just have to ask the right question.
Sir,
Okay.
this thing we learned in 10th standard.
Yeah, 10 studies. See, that is why I'm asking ना. That is why I asked. History में था. फहद आपको कुछ याद आया ऐसे? Yes,
Yes, sir,
फहद.
याद आया.
Now याद आया ना? See, that means it was there in your brain. Correct.
इसका full name नेपोलियन बोनापार्ट कुछ था ऐसा.
Bonaparte.
No one is interested in the full name now, है ना? Everyone was
No,
interested
no.
who was the
I
emperor.
am remembering who is Napoleon.
Yeah, Napoleon Bonaparte. Correct. Okay, fine. So let us do one short question. Okay, and you will calculate the magnetic moment. You know what is n? The number of unpaired electrons. So write this down. Write a question. Write the electronic configuration, comma. Draw the last orbital. And calculate magnetic moment of number 1. Let us take vanadium, that is 23. And secondly, let us take potassium 19. चलिए इन दोनों का कीजिए. Then what you need to do is you need to just give me the magnetic moment in chat, and Aisha, you can send the photo on Learnivio. Okay, your keyboard is not working na, so you can send the photo to Learnivio. जी आंसर आ गया? आयशा, इरम एंड फहद।
Yes, done.
Okay. Fahad, what about you?
Done.
Done.
Sir, I sent.
कितना? Sent. Okay. So for vanadium, I hope all of you must have got how much? There will be 3 unpaired electrons. So this will be the magnetic moment mu will be equal to root 15. And for potassium, it will be equal to root 3. BM and BM. Clear hai? I hope all of you got this right answer. Yes or no? Aisha, Iram, Fahad?
No.
Yes, sir. I have sent.
Send the answer. हाँ आयशा,
No.
क्या गलत है?
No. Sorry, sir. What is N over here? For the first one, I got N is equal to 5.
देखिए सही जा रहा है।
हाँ, सही जा रहा है.
उसके बाद आफ्टर दिस 4s2 3d
3.
3d3 में क्या बनेगा? n is equal to 3 ना? क्या हो गया?
N is equal to अच्छा 3. I wrote 5.
Why did you write 5? ये आपने ठीक बनाया, ये 3 बनाया है। हाँ,
हाँ.
वेरी गुड। व्हाट अबाउट इरम?
Yes, sir.
इरम सही है, ठीक है। फहद, आज का आपको आया समझ में?
Yes, sir.
चैप्टर 1 से रिलेटेड नहीं है ना? ठीक है, आई थिंक आपको लगा कि चैप्टर 1 से रिलेटेड नहीं है। ऑल्सो आई हैव सेंट यू द लिंक टू लास्ट लेक्चर। मिला आपको लिंक?
सर सिर्फ लास्ट या फिर पिछले सारे?
नहीं, देखिए कितने क्लास में है बताइए। तो ये क्लास तो आपने की थी 14 जून वाली, इसका भी चाहिए आपको?
यस सर, इसका भी चाहिए क्योंकि मैंने
ठीक है, हम बता रहे हैं। हाँ ठीक है, माइक ऑन करके रखिए और उस लिंक पे क्लिक कीजिए। ठीक है, लिंक पे क्लिक किया आपने? ठीक है, अब वहां पे आपको दिख रहा है व्हाट इज द टाइटल ऑफ दैट लेक्चर?
सर एक मिनट में खोल रहा हूँ।
हाँ खोल के बताइए।
सर मेरे एक डाउट है.
यस आयशा?
सर वो आज के रिलेटेड नहीं है, वो जो हम लोगों ने टेस्ट किया था लास्ट वीक स्कूल में, उसके रिलेटेड.
कुछ डाउट है? हाँ ठीक है बताइएगा। रुक जाइए, हम हैं अभी यहीं पे। ठीक है, फहद आपका खुला? माइक ऑन करके रखिएगा तब तो बात होगी। माइक ऑफ है आपका फहद?
ये सर खुल गया।
खुल गया? टाइटल दिख रहा है?
टाइटल
अरे यूट्यूब में तो टाइटल होता है ना वीडियो का।
लोड हो रहा है।
अरे भाई साहब लोड हो रहा है।
यस सर।
टाइटल आ गया,
प्रिंसिपल n plus
वो छोड़
L.
दो, वो छोड़ दो, वो छोड़ दीजिए, वो छोड़ दो। लर्निवियो, लेक्चर
Yes.
नंबर, उसके बाद आप डेट, है ना, आपका बैच कौन सा है, MEB, ठीक है, योर बैच इज
Okay.
MEB। अब आपको लेक्चर 1 चाहिए अगर, सो व्हाट यू विल सर्च, यू विल सर्च लेक्चर Learnivio
Oh.
MEB 11 lecture 1, okay, and if you
Okay.
know the date, then what you will do, you will also add the date, okay, you add the date, class 11th का, ठीक है, so
Yes.
you will add the date, that is 14th 06,
Okay.
okay, got it।
और सर
चलिए,
चैप्टर 1 नहीं करा है इस बैच में?
नहीं चैप्टर 1 नहीं हुआ है अभी, आप मत फिक्र कीजिए, चैप्टर 1 होगा,
अच्छा।
ठीक है, चैप्टर 1 से रिलेटेड नहीं है असल में। आयशा नरम पहले आए थे तो उन्होंने कहा कि चैप्टर 2 चल रहा है, सो आई स्टार्टेड दिस बैच विद चैप्टर 2। आई न्यू दैट चैप्टर 1 रिलेटेड नहीं है, सो आई स्टार्टेड। अब आप आए हैं तो आपको फिर हम सैटरडे संडे में चैप्टर 1 के साथ लेते रहेंगे, ठीक है,
ठीक है।
चलेगा या दौड़ेगा?
दौड़ेगा।
अरे आई एम सेइंग चलेगा या दौड़ेगा?
सर दौड़ेगा।
दौड़ेगा, चलिए ठीक है, चलो, इफ यू वांट टू स्टे यू कैन स्टे। आयशा या निरम बताइए क्या डाउट्स हैं आपको टेस्ट के बारे में?
सर मुझे एक चीज पूछनी थी कि
जी जी बताइए।
आज क्लास लेट हुई या फिर यही टाइम होगा आज?
नहीं नहीं, टाइम तो यही होगा, हमने ज्यादा
क्योंकि
पढ़ा दिया क्या आज?
नहीं नहीं, क्योंकि जो
नहीं,
मुझे वो मिला था
हाँ क्या मिला था
शेड्यूल,
बताइए।
उसमें टाइम 6:30 लिखा था, IST।
6:30 लिखा था?
यस।
नहीं 6:30 तो नहीं है, दिस इज 8:30 से 10, कुछ गलती हो गई होगी उन लोगों की तरफ से। इज इट टू लेट फॉर यू?
ज्यादा लेट नहीं है।
ज्यादा लेट नहीं है ना?
और सर थर्सडे को भी यही टाइम है।
हाँ सेम टाइम।
और सर थर्सडे को 9 o'clock भी एक और है, वो IIT वाली क्लास की।
9 o'clock में IIT वाली क्लास लर्निवियो में या कहीं और?
लर्निंग में।
थर्सडे के ही दिन?
नहीं सर, थर्सडे को।
नहीं नहीं, फिर वो चेंज करेंगे, ठीक है, सो जो मोहित सर लेते हैं ना,
यस सर, शायद केमिस्ट्री की होती
हाँ नहीं नहीं नहीं, वो चेंज कर देंगे फिर, वो ऐसे
है।
नहीं रहेगा फिर ट्यूसडे थर्सडे वाले दिन, ठीक है। एंड ऑल्सो जो IIT वाली क्लास है ना, उसके लिए आपको ऑप्शन दिए जाएंगे, या तो आप इस क्लास में आ जाओ या तो आप इस क्लास में आ जाओ, ऐसे होगा, आई थिंक सो, ठीक है,
ठीक है।
ओके, चलो, एनीथिंग एल्स फहद?
नहीं।
नहीं नहीं, ठीक है, ओके चलो, सो आयशा बताइए, इफ यू वांट टू लीव यू कैन लीव, इफ यू वांट टू स्टे यू कैन स्टे। आयशा आप बताइए डाउट क्या है आपका?
सर एक क्वेश्चन था, उसके अंदर था व्हाट इज द टोटल नंबर ऑफ ऑर्बिटल्स एसोसिएटेड विद n वैल्यू 4। उसका सेकंड क्वेश्चन था हाउ मेनी इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर विद क्वांटम नंबर ns इज इक्वल टू -1/2। तो मैंने जो फर्स्ट वाला आंसर नंबर ऑफ ऑर्बिटल्स मैंने n स्क्वायर करके फाइंड किया है वो है 16। फिर उसके बाद मैंने मेरी उसमें मार्क्स कटे हैं और उसमें क्या बोलते हैं, हाँ
फर्स्ट
उसमें
क्वेश्चन क्या है? नहीं नहीं, क्वेश्चन क्या कहा है आपने, बताइए तो।
फर्स्ट वाला क्वेश्चन है व्हाट इज द टोटल नंबर ऑफ ऑर्बिटल्स एसोसिएटेड विद n वैल्यू
n इज इक्वल टू
4। तो वो मुझे सही मिला 16।
इसमें आंसर आपको मिला है ना, मार्क्स मिले ना इसमें?
हाँ मार्क्स मिले।
मार्क्स मिले, ठीक है।
सेकेंड वाला क्वेश्चन है हाउ मेनी इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर विद क्वांटम नंबर ns इज इक्वल टू -12।
ns
इसका
इज इक्वल टू मैन,
हाँ n 4 है।
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा,
तो इसको
ठीक
मैंने
है।
फाइंड किया था 2n स्क्वायर करके, तो मुझे 32 मिला था, बट यहाँ टीचर ने हाफ मार्क काट दिया।
अरे तो ये ns है, तो ये 4s इज इक्वल टू ये
नहीं सॉरी ms 4 है, ms हाफ है, सॉरी -हाफ।
ms ना।
हाँ
देखिए, ये असल में सवाल में ये पूछ रहे हैं, यू हैव द फोर्थ शेल, ठीक है, करेक्ट। फोर्थ शेल में आपके पास क्या होगा, you'll have s, you'll have p, you'll have d and you'll also have f, सही है।
यस
s will have one orbital, P will have 3 orbitals, D will have 5 orbitals, and F will have 7 orbitals. Correct, all of you?
Yes.
ठीक है, अच्छा. अब इस S में हमारे पास एक ऑर्बिटल होगा जिसमें एक अप स्पिन होगा और एक डाउन स्पिन होगा. दैट मींस इस वाले का आप क्या, इसमें हम -12 मान सकते हैं. 3 में जो आपके पास मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ ऑर्बिटल्स हैं दैट इज 3, और इसमें इलेक्ट्रॉन जो आ सकते हैं वो इस तरह से आएंगे, मैक्सिमम इलेक्ट्रॉन. करेक्ट है? मैक्सिमम इलेक्ट्रॉन की हम बात कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, टू 3 4 5 6 7. ठीक है, इतना ठीक है? सर नो प्लीज टेल मी. आयशा, इरम.
Yes.
ठीक है, अच्छा. इस S में आपके पास एक -12 है, इस 3 में आपके पास ये भी -12 है, दिस इज आल्सो -12, दिस इज आल्सो -12. यस और नो? करेक्ट.
Yes.
And in
Yes, sir.
and here what you will get, you will get 5 values which are -12. Correct.
Yes.
Here you will get how many values which are -12?
7.
7 values which are -12. ठीक है. So you tell me, in the fourth shell how many electrons can be there which will have the value S is equal to -12. कितने हो जाएंगे? ये भी 16 हो जाएंगे. ऐड करके देखिए. Now you understand what was the 16? 16 नहीं 16 होंगे. 7 5 12, 12 4 16. आंसर 6 दिया आपके टीचर ने.
हाँ 16 लिखा है.
16 है ना आंसर?
हाँ आंसर 16.
हाँ ठीक है. सो अब समझ में आया सवाल क्या कह रहा था?
हाँ हाँ समझ में आ गया. सवाल ही मुझे समझ नहीं आया था पहले.
हाँ ठीक है. इरम, आपको आया?
Yes,
ओके, अच्छा. एनीथिंग एल्स आयशा? और कोई सवाल?
sir, I have.
हाँ बताइए इरम.
Sir, why is chromium and copper having unexpected configuration, but why not other elements?
Okay, anomalous, some exceptional electronic configuration, no?
I know what's the expected configuration, but I want to know the reason.
You know what is the expected, you don't know the actual one?
Yeah, actual one also I know, expected one also I know, but what's the reason behind it?
रीजन भी तो कुछ ना कुछ तो पता होगा, टीचर ने तो बताया होगा. क्या रीजन बताया, आप बताइए.
Due to half filled and completely filled electronic configuration.
They are more stable.
Yeah, they're more stable.
ठीक है, तो देखिए हम आपको एक बात बताते हैं. केस लेते हैं हम क्रोमियम का. ये तो मेरा अगला ही टॉपिक है नेक्स्ट क्लास में. ठीक है, 2s2 ये छोड़ देते हैं. लास्ट में आपके पास जो आएगा इट विल बी व्हाट, 4s2 एक्सपेक्टेड जो होगा, एंड 3d4. करेक्ट.
Yes.
एंड द एक्चुअल इज 4s1 3d5. सही है?
Yes.
नाउ in the actual one, let us imagine it like this, है ना? Let us imagine it like this कि होना चाहिए था expected. So let us say that initially it was expected only. जो initially जब बिल्कुल chromium बना उस time it was expected only. But what the nature saw, it saw that there is a more stable configuration. There is a more stable configuration. तो उसमें क्या करना पड़ा था उसके लिए? उसमें what it had to do, it had to transfer one electron from S from 4s to 3d. सही है? It had to transfer one electron from 4s to 3d, and that is why you got this type of configuration. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Now when you are moving one electron that is in 4s which is having lesser energy to 3d which is having higher energy, this transfer will require some energy. Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Correct? है ना?
Yeah.
लेकिन कभी भी ऐसा तो नहीं होगा ना कि that you will never want to increase the energy of something. So if whenever you see a apparent increase in energy, there will be something happening which will be decreasing the energy further. ठीक है. So let us see what is happening here. Now in this case you can see that here there was pairing of electron, correct? That means you had electron and there was another electron. Now these two electron will have some repulsion जो कि यहाँ पे नहीं होगा. Is that right? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes.
First thing is that, ठीक है, एक चीज तो ये. Now the next thing that is going to happen is, what will you prefer to? Let me ask you a different question.
But sir, here the Hund's rule will not be valid, right?
नहीं वैलिड है. क्यों वैलिड नहीं है बताइए.
I mean, पहले वाले के अंदर पहले भरना चाहिए ना इलेक्ट्रॉन्स के साथ.
नहीं, यहाँ पे जो अच्छा इसी एक तो सबसे पहली बात ये एक्सेप्शन है. एंड द एक्सेप्शन हियर इज नॉट Hund's rule और मैक्सिमम मल्टीप्लिसिटी और पॉलीज एक्सक्लूजन प्रिंसिपल. इट इज द ऑफ n+l रूल का ये है, एक्सेप्शन है. बिकॉज n+l रूल के मुताबिक 4s में भरना चाहिए, लेकिन हमने 4s को खाली छोड़ के आगे भर दिया है, राइट? बात समझ में आई? n+l के मुताबिक हमको कहाँ भरना चाहिए था? 4s में भरना चाहिए था. बट वी हैव लेफ्ट द 4s पार्शियली फिल्ड एंड वी हैव जंप टू 3d, वहां पे फिल करने लगे. That is means we are not following the n+l rule. This is why this is an exception. ठीक है, इसी वजह से ये exception है ना. Always remember, exception जो होते हैं वो rules के होते हैं. ठीक है, जो केमिस्ट्री में जो rules हैं वो ऑब्जर्वेशन से आते हैं कि हमने क्या क्या ऑब्जर्व किया, उसके बाद हमने एक रूल बना दिया. अच्छा ठीक है, ऐसे ऑब्जर्व करें, बट दोज ऑब्जर्वेशन कैन गो रॉन्ग. रूल्स जो आते हैं दे विल नेवर कम फ्रॉम सम वेरी हार्डकोर कॉज. जो रूल्स बनते हैं वो हमने कुछ ऑब्जर्व किया, अच्छा ये हो रहा होगा, फिर उसमें रूल कर. Then there are some laws. Laws will never get any exception. Conservation of mass, conservation of charge, these are laws. Then you will again learn things like Boyle's law. Then you will learn in 12th standard Henry's law, Rawls law. They will never have exception, but rules they can have some exception. Okay, but ठीक है, हम इसमें बताते हैं. हम सबसे पहले पेयरिंग, जैसे यहाँ पे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक रिपल्शन वो कम हो गया है. They are not repelling each other. Now the next part is, each of these electrons that we have in the D subshell, they are having same spin. And when they are having same spin, what they can do, they can replace their places. That means this electron can move here, this electron can move here, this electron can move here also, this electron can move here also, right? So initially now this is known as exchange energy. Exchange energy means if you are giving an electron, some space to move around. So when a charge is distributed, then it is what? It is lesser energy. अभी हम एक एग्जांपल आपको बताते हैं. Let us suppose you have 1 rupee coin, है ना, या फिर जो भी आपके यहाँ पे जो भी coin चलता है, ठीक है. So 1 दिरहम का, 1 कतरी दिनार जो भी चलता है आपके, है ना. So if you have a coin and रियाल, ठीक है. So you have a coin of 1 रियाल and you have a voltage of 1000, you have let us say 10,000 voltage जो हमने यहाँ पे डाल दिया है एक कॉइन में. एंड देन यू हैव अर्थ, ठीक है, अर्थ है, एंड इन अर्थ आई हैव एडेड 10,000 वोल्ट. आप किसको टच करना पसंद कीजिएगा, अर्थ को या कॉइन को? कहाँ पे आपको लगता है ज्यादा शॉक लगेगा? टेल मी आयशा निरम, कहाँ ज्यादा शॉक लगेगा? हम आपको एक केस बता, सॉरी कॉइन में ना, कॉइन, राइट. एंड ऑल्सो अर्थ में आप ये इमेजिन कर सकते हैं कि कोई ना कोई तो तार गिर के टूट के गिरा हुआ होगा अभी ना. दैट विल बी टचिंग द अर्थ, राइट? करेक्ट? नहीं,
यस सर,
है ना. लेकिन शॉक लग रहा है क्या हम लोगों को? नहीं लग रहा है ना शॉक.
नहीं.
अर्थ तो कंडक्टर है लेकिन इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का, राइट? अच्छा, हमको ये पता चला कि हमको कहाँ ज्यादा चोट लगेगी, आई विल गेट हर्ट मोर हियर, ठीक है, कॉइन में. अब उसी तरह से हम एक बात आपसे पूछते हैं. लेट अस से अ पर्सन इज स्टैंडिंग लाइक दिस, है ना. देयर आर 2 सिनेरियोस. यहाँ पे आपके पास यू हैव लेट अस से 1 kg का ब्रिक है, बट इट इज ओनली 1 centimeter above the head, एंड देन देयर इज अ 1 kg brick which is लेट अस से 100 meter above the head. अब बताइए किसमें ज्यादा चोट लगेगी, ए केस में या बी केस में? 100 मीटर बी केस में, है ना. अच्छा, यहाँ पे पोटेंशियल एनर्जी ज्यादा है, यस और नो? टेल मी. करेक्ट?
यस.
100 मीटर वाले में ज्यादा पोटेंशियल एनर्जी. तो यहाँ से हम ये रिलेट कर सकते हैं ना, यू आई मीन जस्ट टू फील इट, है ना, जस्ट टू फील दिस, दैट जहाँ पे आपको ज्यादा हर्ट हो रहा है